What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 40 Under 40, powered by Urban Arts Magazine. I'm your host, I'm Giles, and I get the opportunity to talk with an amazing, dynamic, multi-hyphenated artist today. I want you to help me welcome to the 40 Under 40 list, Miss Talia Bethany. Talia, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing. I'm amazing. Hey, thanks for jumping on with me today.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so first of all, congrats for being one of the 40 under 40 for Urban Arts. Yes, dope, dope.
I'm
So
glad.
t- so tell us about Talia. Like, who is Talia? What does Talia do? What's her art?
Oh gosh, that is a very loaded question because I do
Right.
a lot. I'm in the TV and film industry, so within there, I hold a lot of different positions on a lot of different projects. I'm a stylist. I'm an on-air host. So I think that summarizes it all. But just generally, I'm a creative, a person who likes to make art, story tell, and things of
Mhm.
that for sure.
Yeah, so as a with the Me Too movement that launched a couple years ago, you're seeing a lot more female faces in the film industry. Have you seen doors open since that moment?
I would say for sure. I don't know if the correlation with the Me Too movement versus now, because I'm young, so I'm like eager, learning, like ready to take like any position that comes my way. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of opportunities for women right now, and a lot of women empowerment going on. Like I
Mhm.
have like my mentors who are women and a couple men, but the women who are my mentors are always opening doors for me and making sure that there's an extra seat at the table for me. So definitely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You mentioned, and I love this conversation. It's kind of been a through line with mentors.
Mhm.
How important to you is it to have a mentor, and how do you develop that relationship, like that work with trust with a mentor?
Yeah, having a mentor has definitely helped me these last few years because when I first started figuring out what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, I was clueless and I was just putting myself out there. And with finding a mentor, it's kind of the same thing. You put yourself out there, like it, whether that's like going on LinkedIn and messaging like 10 people, like, hey, like I just want to have a quick coffee chat to like get to
Mhm.
know you. And you make sure that the relationship that you're trying to build is a mutual one that you actually want to learn and help them too, because all of my mentors always like we have like a friendship first as well as a mentorship situation going on, so make sure you're putting yourself out there and just like mutual beneficial relationships for sure.
I love that. So many times I find when people say, "Hey, I want you to mentor me," it's more of one sided. Like I pour, I pour, I pour, and they're not pouring back, or or even giving any kind of resources, or fueling that relationship. So it's really great to hear you say like a mutual beneficial relationship. Yeah, I
Definitely.
love. I love that. So it seems like that you play in front of the camera and behind the camera.
Yeah.
Many times people find that to be like a that's two different tracks, two different brain styles. Do you find it weird or a challenge to jump between the front of the camera and behind the camera?
I would definitely say for me, it's not difficult, but I do have to operate in two different ways when I do it. Because when I'm in front of the camera, it's very much like pretty face, turn it on. Like, I would say I have a good personality, so it's not too hard. I don't have to turn it too much on, but you definitely have to make sure you show up and show out every time you're on camera.
Right.
Whereas behind the scenes, it's much more of a teamwork, team effort kind of thing. So when I'm like producing or a production assistant on set, I'm helping, I'm giving a helping hand. Everything I do is for the team. So I would say like those different dynamic, kind of navigating those two worlds.
I love that. I love that answer.
Mhm.
So what's one of the projects that you're most proud of?
Oh gosh. Projects that I'm most proud of. I honestly am really proud of everything that I've worked on.
Mhm.
I can tell you what stands out the most.
Okay.
One of my mentors, actually, Moon Ferguson, I'm working with her right now on a project. she was able to connect me with some people, and I was able to work for Netflix over this past summer.
Wow.
So yeah, that was really, really cool.
Mm.
Meeting some cool individuals, and it was like a food show, so I got to eat. It was fun and like a great learning curve as well.
That's
So yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. So talk to me about Talia Talk. So this was birthed during the pandemic, am I right?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Okay. So during the pandemic, you said, "Hey, I'm going to do a podcast. It's going to be amazing."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did that come about?
Yeah. So I'm sure you know when you have like something that you want to do and you like write it down, like maybe in your notes or wherever your journal, wherever you like write an idea and then you just leave it. And
Mhm.
then every so often it pops up and it's like, man, I really wanted to do that. So,
Right.
during the pandemic, we were like bored in the house, like nothing to do. And at that point, I was like, I have to do something. Like if I'm not working, I have to do something. I have to create
Mhm.
something. So it's at that time that I decided, like, I was literally on the phone with someone, like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna start emailing people and see who wants to talk with me. And like the
Yeah.
response was like crazy. Like the amount
Mhm.
I got no's, but the yeses were
Yeah.
a blessing. And I was so honored that people wanted to speak with me, and even honored that people like were interested in what I was doing. Cause it started out as just like a self project for me to do something I've always wanted to do.
Wow, that's cool. What's your dream for Talia Talks? Like, if you what's the next level? What's like the pinnacle?
Yeah. So for me, I would say the next thing that I want to do is to definitely like work for like a network or like something like
Mhm.
iHeartRadio, because with Talia Talks, I was producing, I was writing, I was doing everything.
Mhm.
And like some days I just want to show up and be the talent. Some days I just that's why you having me here doing this with me is like so it makes me so happy because I'm just a person who enjoys conversation and discourse. So that would definitely be something that I would be interested in as far as next step goes with that.
That's cool.
Mhm.
Netflix. I want to. I'm jump back to that. You said Netflix, and I was like, "Oh, wow, that's cool." How was that experience? Like, can you walk us through like kind of like how you got there? I know your mentor got the
Mhm.
door open for you, but can
Yeah.
you talk us through the steps of what it was and like what that experience was like?
Yeah. So with Netflix, it was one of my first jobs working for a big network. So you want to, I feel like anytime you step on set when you're a PA, you have to put your best foot forward, right? You're waking up at 4 or 5 a.m., 12-hour days every day. It can turn into 13 if you're like me and want to be the biggest helping hand in the world, because I just want to make sure everything gets done. So you got to like
Right.
mentally prepare yourself for some brutal days. Like working in TV and film is not easy. And the people I look up to have put in 10 to 20 years in the game, which is why we're seeing things like, like things with unions and like, walk up and things of that nature, because it's a brutal job. So you have to really want it, and you have to wake up every day and know that this is where you want to be. So it definitely taught me a lot as far as like that goes, and teamwork and dedication. And at the end of it, we were able to like do a good clap out, hugs, and yeah, it was a great experience for sure.
That's awesome. How has the pandemic affected your career? I know some people it's hurt them, some people it's helped them. Where do you live in that spectrum?
A little bit of both. Uh, I feel like I'll start with the negative. I feel like it definitely makes things a little more scary to navigate. You have to be really cautious, and you have to make a conscious decision about where you're going to work, what you're going to do. You have to make sure there's new positions, COVID compliance officers, right? That's a position that didn't exist.
Mhm.
Now they have those on set. You have things where you're getting tested every day. You have some jobs where you have to be vaccinated. So if you're a person that's on the fence about that, it's another thing where you have to think about, like, it's like, where your morals like things like that. So I would say that's where I feel like the negative side comes. But the positive side is for people like me. Um, I live in South Florida, right? South Florida is a very deregulated place. Like it is the wild, wild west out here sometimes. So I would say that there's definitely a lot of production being done down here now that
Mhm.
there is so much open, like, it's just open. So a lot of jobs are coming my way. And for a person like me who is, grinding and looking for the next opportunity always. It's been really beneficial. So I'm super happy about that, but not happy that a pandemic is what's driving it for sure.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So many times we highlight the beauty and the successes. Can you talk to us about a challenge that you've experienced in your career and how you overcame that challenge?
Oh gosh. Okay. Challenge. I would say the challenge is probably I am a Haitian American. I am raised by Haitian parents, and my family does not necessarily understand what I do to this day.
Mhm. Yep.
So having to explain you get me?
Yeah, I do.
So having to explain myself and what I'm doing, and just like having doubt come from other people just because they don't understand, like pure ignorance. They literally don't know if what I'm doing will work, if I'll be successful. Like just dealing with that is kind of been a challenge because I have to root myself and ground myself in my own confidence and in my own beliefs that I'll be successful in my own hard work, and just like, be confident in what I'm doing behind the scenes. Like, I know me being on the phone and computer all day is work, but everyone else is not going to understand that. So definitely that has been one of the challenges, is like outside opinions or factors or, just things like that.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense, and that's really great to have that focus and drive and energy to say, hey, regardless of what I hear on the outside, that I'm going to continue to press forward. Yeah, that's amazing. So to the young boy or girl who's watching this right now and saying, hey, I want to start in production, I want to have my own podcast. What are some tips that you would give them to get to where you are?
I would say if there's something you want to do, just do it. People ask me all the time, sometimes, how do I do things? And I literally just put myself out there. And it can be scary, and you will get rejected. Not you can, you will get rejected, but you just have to keep doing it. And like, someone's going to like what you're doing, and someone's going to see you. Someone once told me, like, people that you don't know are always watching you. So even if you're on Twitch and you're streaming and like you get like one viewer, and that one person is watching you, and you're like, where's this person? That's one viewer. That's one person who likes what you're doing, and they're sticking around. So just keep at it and use your resources. One of my favorite things about myself characteristics is that I'm resourceful. If someone doesn't tell me something, I will find it out myself. I will go. So we all have iPhone, not everybody, but if you have a phone, if it's an iPhone, like, it'll be good enough quality for you to put it out there, record your videos. Just use what you have for sure as well.
Yeah. I'm finding a lot of people in the millennial generation are, and younger actually, what's it, Gen Z, I guess.
Yeah.
They are like producing things with their iPhones and with like tablets and things, like recording whole movies on an iPhone, which I think is crazy.
It is.
Yeah, my nephew put out a song, and a rap song. He went and recorded it all from his laptop in his bedroom. Beats, song, put it on, mix and mastered, and put it on iTunes all by himself.
Wow.
I thought nothing about it until after. I was like, "Are you serious? Like, that's crazy."
No,
so yeah, crazy. There are resources out here, and you have everything in the palm of your hand to do what you really want to do, and then you grow from there.
That's right.
Talia, what's next? Like, what can we look for coming up, and how can we support you?
So what's next? I have several projects that I'm involved in right now. One of them is Criblore. If you're on Instagram, Filled with Magic Productions, we are in the middle of production right now. We start production, I think, in the next 2 weeks. So that'll be coming out soon. I'm also a recruiter for Ready to Love Miami. I'm gonna give my little spiel. If you're 30 to 50 and you're single and you're sexy and you're looking for love, go ahead and look on my Instagram, Talia Bethany, and like hit me up, because right now I'm a recruiter for that as well.
Nice.
I'm always doing something. Just follow me on Instagram.
Right. Had you hit me about 6 months ago, I would have been already low, but I can't do it now.
Too late. Hopefully,
I know. Too late. but congrats on there. Congrats on there. outside of there, I think we may have accidentally muted your mic. I'm not sure.
There is some
Okay,
commotion going on in my
gotcha.
background, so I don't want to.
Oh, gotcha. I understand. All good, all good. So how do we follow you on social media?
Yeah, you can find me at Talia Bethany. It's written just like my name is there on Instagram, Facebook, on everything. I'm pretty much the same across the board. So yeah, you can find me at Talia Bethany.
Okay, sweet. So we're gonna play a game called This or That.
Okay.
So I will give you two words, two items, or two ideas, and then you just tell me which one you more align with and why.
Okay.
We're gonna start off super easy, super easy. East Coast pizza or West Coast tacos?
West Coast talk. No, East Coast pizza. East Coast pizza because I haven't been to the West Coast.
Okay.
I've had Tex-Mex, but I feel like Mexicans would have an argument with me. So we're gonna go with East Coast pizza because that's what I've tried.
Okay. We can do that. This is gonna be a fun one. Big party or intimate gathering?
Intimate gathering.
Okay. Why so?
I like value actually connecting, and you can't really have a conversation in like the club. You'd be screaming like, so yeah, intimate settings for sure.
Okay. Scripted films or unscripted reality shows?
For purposes of political correctness, I'm going to say both of them.
Okay. Okay, we'll give you that one. We'll give you that one today. Let's move a different way. So if you had a superpower, would you rather be able to fly or be invisible?
Be invisible. Flying, I don't know. It's like birds and stuff up there, and like
birds. Right.
It's just like I don't want to play with like the elements or earth. Like I'll be grounded.
Okay. So you stay grounded, so it'll be able to be invisible. Okay, yeah. I can deal with that. If you had a vacation that was paid for, would you rather go to Alaska or Hawaii?
Hawaii.
Why Hawaii?
I think for the food, for the volcanoes, the beaches, I probably would prefer Hawaii.
Okay. This may be a little controversial too.
Okay.
Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey?
Why would you do that? Oh gosh. Whitney.
Why Whitney?
I listen to Whitney more, so I'll just say Whitney.
Okay. If you say Whitney, you're good in my book all day long. I'm a huge Whitney fan.
Okay, good. I have some.
It's all good. All right.
Sweating.
What was that?
I said I'm sweating.
Funny to me. LA Lakers, Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. What are you?
I already knew what you were going to say. I already knew what you were going to say on that one. Last question. Would you rather have $1 million in cash or $1 million home?
$1 million cash.
Why?
I know that a lot of people, talk about the importance of land and real estate and stuff, but I just don't have enough knowledge. So if someone just gave me a house, like $1 million home, I might not be able to like do what needs to be done with it efficiently. If I have $1 million, I'm a saver. I'm gonna sit on it for a while. I'm gonna think. Like I said, resources. I'm gonna find my resources and figure out what to do with it first. Might buy $1 million home, but at least I can like take some time and think about it first.
Gotcha. Makes a lot of sense. Talia, thank you so much for playing This or That, and congrats on being one of Urban Arts Magazine's 40 Under 40.
Thank you so much. I had the best time, and I'm truly honored to even be considered for something like this and to be able to connect with you and talk with you.
Was awesome. Hey, everybody, make sure you go and support Talia Bethany. Hey, if you're looking for an amazing PA and someone to work on your production, you already know who you call right there. And she is repping South Florida, so definitely holler at her for sure. Outside of there, Talia, thank you again. Make sure you join us for another episode of 40 Under 40 with Urban Arts Magazine. I'm your host, Giles.